All right, guys. All we got right now is Debo, left with shoulder. Got evaluated for head injury, but that was fine. Wasn't able to return. Go ahead.
Brock looked a little skittish tonight, but man, on that final drive, he went 6 of 7 for 48 yards and completed over 85% of his passes. What did you see from him tonight?
I think what you just said there, I think it was almost the story of kind of our whole team. I think there was times that we were all off at times. What was cool, I thought everyone who had a few plays that stuck out that, either ended a drive or was why I didn't get a first down. The same thing on defense, even on special teams. But everyone who did do that stuff made a huge play at the end in all three phases to get us back into it. And Brock, he made some big plays in this game, missed a couple, but leading us down on that last drive and getting the win, that's all you can ask for.
Any initial
road to the Super Bowl? Obviously, you got one down, but you got some more to go. What will you focus on the most coming up this week in preparation, taking that before?
We'll sit there and watch tomorrow, find out how we're going to play. We'll review this game on Monday. Coaches will work on for 2 days the game plan, and it's not just one area. We just want to play our best football. Do everything we can to play our best, so we feel we can win every game when we do that. We don't feel like we did that today, but we still found a way to win, which I'm very proud of the guys in there. I thought that was as big of a mental challenge and just a character game as any game I've been a part of. When things aren't going how you want on offense, defense, special teams, the rain, guys slipping a lot, losing Debo early, having to change some things with that, and just some of the mistakes we made to overcome. It was a gut check for everybody, and couldn't be more proud of the people in there and just how they persevere.
Any initial impression on the severity of Debo's?
I don't know yet. It's he tried to come back, couldn't do it. I know he did something similar versus Cleveland, so we'll see tomorrow.
Was there something specific that Green Bay was doing that was throwing off your offense a little bit? And did you adjust on that last series that you did anything different there?
No. They were very similar to what they were on tape, which is a real good defense. I think they got a lot of good players. You didn't realize till we got, studying these last, 2 weeks that how good of a defense they are. I know their numbers weren't there throughout the whole year, but we knew they were going to be a challenge going into this game, and they made some plays, credit to them, and I thought we missed a few too that could have kind of helped us stay on the field a little bit longer. Even starting out on the opening drive, we had a real good look. We ended up getting a false start that kind of took that away, and the next play we didn't have the same look, and fortunately they dropped that pick. But the whole day was just a little off, but guys stuck with it. And even like the the 2nd and 6 right there at the end, getting that drop leads us to 3rd and 6. And then BA made a hell of a play to keep us on the field. So everybody had their part in both sides of the ball.
Looking back, do you question your strategy to be less aggressive at the end of the first half and go for the 2-for-1?
I like that they didn't score. I like that we won at the end of the day. We did try to score. We had a chance there right after on 2nd down. Thought we had a chance for BA over the middle. Would have been a big play that got us inside the 10 with 2 shots to take it end zone. We didn't have the time to get it over the mic, and we ended up checking it down, and then we didn't get it. But that's how it works out. I thought we make sure they don't get another chance. But it's not like we were just playing for a field goal. We called for a big play. They played pretty deep.
How much did the rain impact your offense?
I thought, the rain is always a factor, but it was for both sides. I think the biggest thing was the turf, the field with the rain. There was I thought it affected defense a little bit more. Just watching, I saw Dre slip a couple times on one big 3rd down. I saw Mooney slip on a big 3rd down. I think it was Gip once. I know Juwan slipped on a big 3rd down for us. The one that just went off his hands, he slipped. From what I saw out there right before that, so he couldn't really jump. So I think that the wetness with the new turf.
How stressful is it to be in that position, the number 1 seed? Packers are basically controlling the game, and it all comes down to one drive to win it.
Same as it always is, whether not because we're the 1 seed, just because you're in the playoffs. We've been in the playoffs a number of times, and you know what happens if you lose, and we feel we got a really good team. And we talked a lot about it last night. We know what's on the line. Anytime you play a game that's do or die, everyone knows what that's about, especially our guys. They've been through that a number of times in the last few years, and we all know what that feels like when you don't get it done. And that's on your mind throughout the week. That's always on your mind during the game, but that's why I'm so proud of the guys. When it's not going right and you know how big of a deal that is, you still got to perform. And the guys did big time. I mean, they got the plays that we needed to win, the play that Dre made there at the end to get the pick. I still have mixed emotions. I can't believe he didn't get down right away. But that was kind of like the whole day. I mean, all the guys I would get really upset with are also the guys I had a lot of love for at the end too, because they were the ones that pulled it off to get us the W.
Did you get any sense at all that the layoff? Did you get any sense at all that the layoff affected you guys, the time off?
I mean, I don't know. It's could have been that, could have been the rain, could be good defense, could be. But I mean, those are just stuff that you got to talk about. I thought we handled that as good as we could. I mean, we had a hard practice that week. We played guys as much as we could. I know we sat Brock, but and there's not much I would have done differently.
Dre Greenlaw seems to have a unique ability to make those big plays in those big situations. What can you say about the type of person that he is and what leads him to be able to do that?
Dre, I mean, just being able to play today. He's been battling here for these 2 weeks, trying to get back and get healthy for the game. And I mean, he inspires the heck out of all of us. The way he runs, the way he hits, for him to make those plays, catching the ball when they send both to him. He's really trying. I mean, we'll put him on offense if he really wants to run with the ball that bad. But he could definitely get down a lot sooner. Oh yeah, it was.
You mentioned having to adjust when Debo went out early. How does that change things for you on the offense?
It changes a lot of stuff. I mean, especially when you have wristbands and things like that, and you know, you just got to switch some guys around, which is always a challenge for those guys. It happened during the Cleveland game, and we didn't handle it that well. I thought we handled it better today than we did then, but it is a huge challenge. I mean, it's. Debo's obviously one of our better players, but he also is a unique guy that goes to some certain spots. So you gotta be adjusting that all game.
Back with about 6-something left. Did you call it as if it was the last drive? Was that in your mind the whole time?
It was. I mean, at the beginning, it's not. I mean, you don't want to. You want to make it normal football. It always is normal football to me until you're out of timeouts and you realize the other team couldn't kneel it. So. I mean, at first, we started moving it. Once it got to about 3.5, you realize it's probably going to be the last drive. But you also, I mean, to where we're going to use 4 downs if we get in that situation. But you also know when you have 3 timeouts that it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, you can give it back to them with 1 minute if you use your 3 timeouts right and still have a chance. So, but towards the end, you knew it was the deal when we were inside the 10, and I think there was a minute 3 left, and you know, I think we scored it at a minute 7. And that's the hard thing where you don't want to score too fast, but you sure as hell want to score. So you can't be too picky with that.
Why do you call a run for Juwan Jennings?
Great question. Those are some of the challenges when something goes down and you call a wristband number, and forgot to tell him not to say Hezzy or not to read Hezzy. But sometimes we just Ron Burgundy our wristbands, and then you look up and Juwan's in the backfield and couldn't stop it.
Why Logan Ryan over Jair Brown?
When we knew that we kind of decided that when, you know, Jair had missed about 4 weeks. You know, I think it was 2 games, but he had been out 4 weeks, and he's been awesome in practice. I love Jair. It has nothing to do with him. Just our experience of, you know, playoff games, being around this. I think it's a lot when you got a rookie who hasn't played in a month, who is a very passionate, aggressive player. I just don't want to put all that on him to have him go out in the playoff game and when he hasn't been out there for 4 weeks, and especially when we have a veteran behind him who can just calm down a little bit. And if things would have gone differently, we would have put Jair in right away, but we didn't want to do that really to Jair.
Christian, his knack to be able to finish off runs and get him into the end zone.
Oh, Christian's unbelievable. He told me I'm coming out that play was going to score. It was called 18 Mike, and it was part of our openers. We didn't get to it till the second drive, but he goes, that Mike's going to go, it's going to score. Now, we didn't get the exact look we wanted, but so we were a little surprised on it, but Christian was right. He was a man of his word.
How about the resilience of your kicker to miss and then come back in a pressure game like this and make a big one?
That's huge. I mean, you know, the one that, getting the one blocked earlier and just get into, I think it was a 52-yarder. It was tough. We probably would have gone for it if it wasn't. What was it, 4th and like 9.5? It was one that we were planning on going for it, but 9.5 seemed a little far, and it was in his range. And I I definitely would have wished I went for it if he missed it. And so he made it, and that helps me a lot. I really appreciate him doing that because that's why we were able to win there at the end.
The people you have in that room, there's every reason to think that you could come back and win a game like that, like this. But you hadn't had to all year, really. Not quite like that. What does it? So what does it say? What does it mean going forward that you have now, other than you're obviously playing next week?
I just like that we get another week with our team. I mean, every game's different. It's what we always talk about. I mean, we have a lot of confidence in our team. We believe we're the number one seed. We believe we earned that. We believe we should be that, but it doesn't matter for 3 hours. You got to play like it every week, and that's one of the best things about the NFL and football, that if you don't show up, your season's over. And it's not just showing up. You got to take care of that football. And we got 2 turnovers today. I'm real proud of our guys for not turning it over back, but we did have a block kick. Had a couple missed plays which we were slipping and, balls getting tipped, but I'm just so proud of the guys that when things weren't perfect with all the pressure, with everything on the line, they were so good to perform and get it done.
Do you feel a lot of pressure in that moment, like as you personally experience it? Are you miserable, or are you zoned in and not thinking about it?
It's more angry. It's more, I want to describe it the way, no. I mean, when you're in competition, it's a battle. You're aggressive. It's not. You don't think of it that way. You know how big a deal things are, but it's more. You're aggressive. You stay that way, and you got to be careful sometimes, because when things aren't going well, and you keep that mindset, you can't just stay aggressive and think that's going to work. I mean, you got to still always try to be smart, play it right, but you never take away that mindset. You wait till the game's over, and then you can worry about everything and react however you want to react. But in a game, that doesn't change.
Until the final throw, was Brock just off, or were there miscommunications with receivers? Like, what was going on with the passing game?
Which play?
A lot of plays.
Yeah.
A lot of.
No, I know. Then I'd have to give you a lot of answers, so we'd have to watch every play. But
Combination
a combination of what?
of what I just said, like the inaccuracies and.
I mean, there's D linemen you got to throw over and stuff. Sometimes the guy hooks up in a zone and you think they're going to move and you can't see him, so it just gets off fingertips. I think that third down that him and Ray, we had a swirl route. Ray beat the guy hard at the beginning of the line, and I don't know if he thought he should put his hand up going to the corner, but he was Brock threw a swirl, so there was a couple things in that I think he went to an off schedule and Brock threw it in rhythm. So those things showed up without a doubt, but I also like some of the plays that the guys made. I mean, being able to drop it in over that Mike to Jawan on that, I think it was a big third down. The 2nd and 6, it was a big one that we were trying to go deep and they were too deep, and we checked it down to George, and who made a bunch of big plays in this game, but he took his eyes off it, tried to get up the field too fast, some of the chains, and dropped one, which leads you to 3rd and 6, and they had real tight coverage on BA, and Brock threw a perfect low ball away that's really tough to catch, and BA went down and got it. So, no, by no means was it perfect. I was very frustrated, but also extremely proud, and really pumped that we could play another week.
Can you share with us what you said to the guys after this game?
I just told them how proud I was of them. Like, they knew the deal. I didn't have to say much. I mean, we knew that didn't go as clean as we wanted it to in all 3 phases. There wasn't one phase that was just like, man, we made that easy. Every phase was, all 3 of the phases was a little bit, felt like we were keeping both teams in the game. But felt we had to do it at the end. They gave us a couple chances before that, and we didn't get it done, and we got it done there at the end, and the defense was back up, who had a couple times that they had missed stuff, and they had to get it done on that last drive, and they got it done when it mattered the most, and that's why we're sitting here with the win, and going to sit here and watch these games tomorrow, find out how we're playing, and so excited to get ready for the next challenge.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.